Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is our stop this week, and although we were there for business, we made sure to take some time for a few unique stops. So let's check out the area and the things that it has to offer. Huge air fryer at home that we absolutely love, but it's very large and pulls a lot of power. So we are going to try out the microwave version of the air fryer that comes in the 3950. Making the chicken the same way that we do in the big air fryer. Hopefully it'll work out, and hopefully it will be good so that we don't need to bring that huge appliance with us on the road. We'll see how it goes and let you know. There's Matt staring at the chicken.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Is it as good as the air fryer at home?
It is actually.
Hey, yay. Love the feeling of warm clothes. It's like a blanket. Yay! We have to head to the airport to pick up a rental car so that Matt can drive into the city every day this week for work because the truck will not fit in the city. So we're gonna head to that first. Want to tell everyone what type of vehicle we got to rent?
We've got a Jeep, which I'm definitely not a Jeep fan, but this Grand Cherokee that we rented is pretty awesome. It is a four-wheel drive, all-time four-wheel drive, and then it's a hybrid as well, which we've never had an electric, like fully electric car, but apparently this one can also be electric, so it'll be kind of fun to play around with that a little bit this week as I drive into the city for work.
So, one of the things that we love about RV living is that whenever you're driving, you can see some of the most interesting things just kind of hanging off the side of the road. Sites, national parks, national monuments. We found the center of the United States one time randomly. So we were driving, and this time Matt saw a sign for the Flight 93 Memorial. So we are going to be stopping there today to check that out and just kind of see the site where the plane went down.
was a United Airlines flight. It was one of the 4 that were hijacked on September 11th, 2001. However, it would not reach the destination intended for it by the terrorists. We know for certain it was headed to Washington, D.C. We believe most likely their target was that of our government, and most likely they were trying to target our Capitol, where our senators, our Congress representatives are, and where they work. But it will not reach that destination, and that is due to the actions of the 40 passengers and crew of Flight 93. Pilots, there's a captain, a first officer, 5 flight attendants, and 33 passengers. Most of them complete strangers on that morning. After the hijacking, they'll make phone calls to their loved ones. Their loved ones will share with them about the other attack sites in New York and in Washington, D.C. And from that information, they will be called into action. They will decide collectively to rise up and to fight back against the terrorists and hopefully take back control of the aircraft. They will enact this plan as the plane is here in western Pennsylvania, approximately 25 minutes flying time from its intended destination in Washington, D.C. They'll struggle with the terrorists for approximately 6 minutes, and during that struggle, the plane will take a sharp right turn. That turn will cause the plane to invert, go down in a rapid descent, and will impact about half a mile to our south at the Memorial Plaza, where that sandstone boulder marks it today, going approximately 563 miles per hour.
The Ranger talks where they really talked about the FBI investigation. They sent tons and tons and tons of different agencies and resources there to comb the scene, because it was one of the few places connected to the terrorist attacks where you can actually collect evidence.
More miraculous things to me was that there was an elementary school in session close by, and if they had turned the steering wheel for the plane just a couple of feet to the left or the right with the speed they were going, they could have impacted the school, they could have hit the city, but somehow in a miracle they hit an open field where no one was around.
Yeah, there was literally just kind of like a junkyard that in a scrap metal yard that was the only thing that was anywhere in the field where the plane went down.
If you have been to this particular memorial, leave your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about it, how it impacted you, and if you haven't been and you're up that way, definitely go.
We're gonna eat dinner at this little marina club and then go out on a boat and tour the area.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
Today's adventure on the river was a lot of fun, but I ate way too much, way too late. So I'm gonna try to do a workout today. Still recovering from my tennis elbow, so we'll see how it goes. It's been a hot minute since I've done a workout, but hopefully it'll help me feel better. So Matthew, where are we headed now?
We're headed for a work dinner cruise downtown Pittsburgh. So we're going back out on a boat for the second time in a week. So that's probably a record for us.
Right? Yeah, we don't get out on the water too often, so it should be fun.
It's been fun having this little electric car this week. It's a plug-in hybrid, so it can go about 30 miles on electric, and we've been able to plug it into the campground. So as I've been commuting, it's been really nice because we've spent very little on gas.
Yeah, having an electric vehicle whenever you're driving to a city seems very important. Out in the country it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it makes sense here. So maybe we'll get one next time.
Yeah, as a rental. Not a ton.
I wouldn't buy it, but maybe it's a rental.
And Stacy's excited because this one has a screen on the passenger side that it's like a touch screen. You can play movies, you can mess with the
Yeah, it looks
sound
like you
system,
can play
all that kind of
movies.
stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Control the sound and mess things up for Matt, which is always fun for me. At the end of the Civil War, Pittsburgh was a busy city that was filled with smoke and soot. Naturally, those who worked and lived there were hoping for a cleaner place to live, and noticed the nearby Mount Washington was high enough to provide that for them. However, they could only get there by way of a long trail. So, the incline was proposed as the first incline built for transporting people rather than coal. It opened in 1870 and cost 6 cents to ride. Today, costing about $3.50 for a round trip.
So one of the things we really love about RV travel is just being able to like find something on the side of the road and like have enough time to go and check it out.
Yeah.
So like it's one of the reasons we like to travel 3 to 4 hours a day max, because
You never know what you're going to come across.
yeah, like if you find this really cool place that has RV parking, like you could pull over, you could have lunch, you could go explore it. And one of the places that was really neat for us was up in Maine. The Garmin national headquarters
with the big globe.
has a big the largest rotating globe on the Earth or whatever.
The whole Earth. The whole Earth.
The whole Earth. I don't know, but it's like they say it's the largest rotating globe.
Yeah.
And it's several stories high.
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
So like you can go like we did. We just pulled in, we had lunch, we like went in, walked around, saw the thing, took a bunch of pictures, just had a good time and kept driving.
Yeah.
Another favorite place of mine was the Minuteman Missile Defense Museum out in South Dakota. It's really, really cool and worth the drive. But yeah, we just popped in, we did spent a couple of hours there and then kept driving.
Yeah.
You know?
I think one of my favorites was Wall Drug. If you've ever been up to South Dakota Wall, there's a store called Wall Drug, and I'm not going to tell you about it. I'll put a couple pictures up there, but it is hilarious, and you have to go if you are over in that direction. It is a must-see.
Yeah.
There are signs up for miles to visit Wall Drug and get your free water, but they have so much more than free water. It's amazing. Just bring quarters is all I'm going to tell you. But I think one of the things that I like about these random, I call them side quests, detours, whatever you want to call them, is the spontaneity that they can bring into an otherwise very mundane or dull travel day. I think for Pittsburgh, I wasn't expecting it to be anything fun because we were just going up there for business. And we ended up having a really good time and seeing some really cool places.
Yeah, totally agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agreed. And I think it's one of the things that's so great about RV travel. Like, you're not hopping on a plane going from point A to point B. Like, you have the opportunity to explore and see all of these things it's one of the beauties. And I think that's one of the things that, we struggle with sometimes is like, we feel like we have to plan and have campgrounds booked out far enough in advance, but it limits the amount of stopping and things that you can do along the journey. And I think so much of the joy is in the journey. Yeah,
definitely. And Harvest Host is great for that. We've stopped at some really fun stops along the way at night. I think in DC, there was a place with like recycled president's head statues that we were going to go see. There's a website called Atlas Obscuria where you can find some of this random stuff. If you guys know of any other random stops or websites with information about stuff like that, or places you've been that's just random and a lot of fun, leave it in the comments. Let us know, because we love stuff like that.
And guys, you've got to convince Stacy in the comments to let us go to the I-80 truck stop. I think it's the largest truck stop in the world. See, I want an air horn, and so I think when she sees the air horn in the store, like, she's gonna fall in love with it the same way that I do.
I doubt that.
And then we're gonna have an air horn on the truck. And you guys, I know you want to see an air horn on the truck, like.
You want to see an air horn on the truck.
Oh, yeah, but they do too.
Do you want to see an air horn?
I think you want to see an air horn.
I think I would like to hit the air horn at some people who drive in front of us.
Right?
That would be handy. But this truck stop, it's been going on about this truck stop for a while. I don't know.
That's like the Wall Drug thing. You got to do it at
only
least
if
once.
There's some fun things to bring quarters for.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Let us know your thoughts, guys. What are some fun places that you've been to that we should definitely check out? See you on the other side.
Next time, we are heading to historic Hannistown, a unique stop in Pennsylvania that played a major part in the American Revolution. There will be a couple of other small stops as we make our way towards our surprise vacation for the summer. Make sure to like and subscribe to follow us on our journey east.